On the very first day, my wealthy mom brings me home. The fake young master tries to turn the entire family against me. He thinks a poor kid like me will be completely lost. But what he doesn't expect is that I don't panic at all. In fact, I shut him down so hard he has nothing left to say. Victor, hold on. I'm not staying in a guest room. You don't need to keep showing me all this. I just need to know where my bedroom and the bathroom are. That's it. Victor suddenly spots a figure behind me. His voice instantly cracks with fake tears. Alex, how can you talk to me like that? I'm just trying to help you fit in with the family so you can know everything about our home. A cold, sharp voice comes from behind. Sophia, my third older sister. Victor, what's going on here? Victor wipes his face with both hands and puts on the most pitiful expression. Oh, Sophia, when did you get back? No, it's nothing. Alex didn't say anything. He's been so nice to me. Sophia glances at me. So, you're the boy they just brought home? Didn't your dad ever teach you any manners? I really don't get why mom and dad brought you back. Well, since you said that, Sophia, let me apologize the same way Victor welcomed me. How's that? I grab Sophia's hand and start giving her a tour from the very first room on the second floor. By the time she snaps out of it, I've already walked her through 5 rooms. Shut up. Stop wasting my time. Hearing that, I curl my right hand into a fist, pretend it's a microphone, and hold it up near Sophia's mouth. Ma'am, is that your honest opinion? You sure you don't want to take it back? Sophia is so furious at what I just did that she storms right back downstairs. A moment later, she comes back up with Mom, Dad, and Chloe, my second older sister. Every single one of them looks furious. Alex, what did you do to make Sophia so upset? Right now, I'm not in the mood to waste words with them. Mom, Dad, I know I can't explain this with words alone. I want to check every security camera on the second floor. Victor never expects me to say this. His face turns white in an instant. He quickly speaks up. Mom, Dad, please don't be mad. Brother just got here. He's probably just having trouble with his emotions. I'm handling my emotions just fine. If you don't pull up the footage right now, I'm running away from home. And I'll post the whole story online. How I got kicked out on my very first day home and let the internet decide who's right. The moment Dad hears, I'll post it online. He quickly orders the servant behind him. Bring us the footage right now. But then I say, oh, come on. I just got to this house. I don't know anyone here. How do I know the servants won't tamper with the footage? Why don't we just go watch it live? Dad is fuming at my words. He snaps. Fine. We'll all go to the security room together. But I'm telling you right now, if this turns out to be your fault, you're apologizing to every single person in this family. Sure. Okay. Wow. Dad, you're so impressive. Meanwhile, Victor is trembling with fear. As he walks, he suddenly faints. Sophia, walking behind him, gasps in shock. Everyone turns their heads toward the sound all at once. Sophia points at me furiously. You must be a jinx. The moment you come back, Victor, who's been healthy his whole life, just collapses. I fire right back with pure sarcasm. Wow, what a coincidence that he faints right now, just like those scheming, fragile characters in palace dramas. And when a perfectly healthy person suddenly passes out, it looks so fake. Am I the only one who can see his eyes moving under his lids? Go ahead, lift his eyelids. The eyes of a person who's actually unconscious look totally different from someone who's awake. Hearing that, everyone's expressions toward Victor start turning suspicious. Victor hears my words and his heart pounds wildly, but he still keeps pretending to be unconscious. Then I put on a fake concerned tone. Mom, Dad, it's fine. Let's just go check the security footage first. Just call the family doctor. She'll only say there's nothing wrong anyway. Of course, if the family doctor's been bought off, she'll come up with some illness that sounds serious but really means nothing. Alex, how can you doubt your own brother like this? What can I say? I just met him today. A little suspicion is completely normal. Oh, right. Hurry up and call the family doctor. Once you're done, we're checking the footage. Even though Chloe absolutely hates me right now, she still calls the doctor. Mom, take me to check the footage. Alex, let go. Mom needs to stay with Victor. I start to get impatient. Trust me, you're not a doctor. Watching him is useless. Where's the security room? If you don't take me now, I'm running away from home. Everyone except the unconscious Victor heads to the security room. Dad's voice is dark and heavy. Pull up the last 30 minutes of footage from the second floor. Very quickly, Victor and I appear on the screen. On the video, Victor is sincerely giving me a tour of the rooms. Chloe sneers at me. See, Victor is completely innocent. What do you have to say for yourself now? I shoot back immediately. The facts aren't clear yet. No comment. Hope you can be a little more sensible, Chloe. 20 minutes into the footage, Victor is still showing me around, going through room after useless room. The expressions on everyone's faces start turning strange. Then, they hear me cutting Victor off. Next, they see Victor putting on his wounded look, suddenly speaking in a fake, tearful voice for no reason. The next moment, Sophia's voice comes in. Then, for no reason, Victor wipes his face. And out of nowhere, he starts defending himself against me. Dad has always been sharp-eyed. He realizes his adopted son isn't quite as innocent and sweet as he thought. With all that footage playing out first, Victor's sudden fainting looks completely out of place. Nobody can believe that he actually collapsed from feeling unwell. Mom probably hasn't fully realized what her adopted son is really capable of, but she understands that she wronged me. Alex, I'm sorry. Mom shouldn't have doubted you like that. Then Sophia rubs her nose and speaks in a stiff, awkward tone. Sorry about that, Alex. Just as everyone is about to leave and get back to their own things, a maid knocks on the security room door. She says, "Sir, Madam, Miss Chloe, the family doctor has arrived." Young Master Victor still hasn't woken up. Miss Sophia asks me to gather everyone. Dad's face turns dark. He wants to see what tricks this adopted son will pull next. Let's go take a look. Everyone quickly makes their way to Victor's room. I take one look at the family doctor, so gentle and pretty, just like the devoted second female lead in a CEO romance novel. I can't help but mutter, well, a woman of marriageable age like her, if she's in love with Victor, is definitely going to invent all kinds of weird illnesses for him. Even if there's nothing wrong, she'll make something up. Chloe, not far away, catches every word. Right then, the young pretty doctor puts on a worried face. "Sir, Madam, young Master Victor is suffering from long-term emotional stress. His mood has been extremely low, which caused a lack of blood flow to the brain and made him faint. I'd like to know if there's something specific that caused young Master Victor such emotional distress." I speak without holding anything back. Just as I thought, it's one of those diseases that either exists or doesn't, depending on how you spin it. Are you the young master who was just brought home? You may not be familiar with this kind of condition, but I'd appreciate it if you didn't judge our profession from an amateur's point of view. Dr. Bell's voice slowly speaks up. I let out a sigh. I pull a few feathers off the decorative ornaments hanging in the room. Then I turn to Dr. Bell. Well then, I hope you won't regret this, Doctor. Today, I'm a medical genius reborn. I walk right over to Victor. Holding the feathers, I brush them back and forth against his bare feet. Then, I grab his arm and tell everyone he's awake, but he's faking it. You can never wake up someone who's pretending to be asleep. Although to endure the tickling, every muscle in his body is probably tensed up right now. Mom also puts her hand on Victor's arm and finds that his muscles are indeed rock hard. Nothing like the relaxed state of someone unconscious. She nods at Dad. Dad's face darkens and his voice carries a threat. "Victor, out of respect for the fact that you're still my adopted son, I'll let today's incident slide, but if you keep pretending to be asleep, I'll have no choice but to throw you out." After a moment of waiting, Victor still doesn't respond. "Mom, Dad, you're being too harsh." Sophia rushes forward to interrupt me, but she slips and lands right on Victor's stomach. Seeing that, I give her a thumbs up. Turns out Sophia is the real medical genius. Dr. Bell sees things going south and quickly speaks up in protest. "Young Master Alex, you're going too far. Force that heavy weight would wake anyone up in pain." I pull out my phone. "Why are you so stubborn, Dad? I don't think this doctor knows what she's doing. I checked and the nearest top hospital is only 2 kilometers away. Let's drive over and give him a full body checkup. I don't believe that people like you who lie through your teeth can keep this act going." Hearing that they're taken to a real hospital, Victor starts to panic inside. He opens his eyes with a teary look. "Mom, Dad, maybe I just didn't get enough sleep last night. That's why I fainted. What happened? Why does my stomach hurt? Alex is right. Victor, let's take you to the hospital. Fainting is no small matter. Mom's voice is soft, but leaves no room for argument. Victor puts on a fake, thoughtful look. No need. I'm fine. I shake my phone in front of him. I already called for an ambulance. The ambulance from the top hospital is downstairs. Let's go. A few of the stronger female servants step forward and lift Victor up. Victor is terrified and struggles wildly. Dad's eyes turn dark. He gives a meaningful look at the visibly panicked Dr. Bell, then heads downstairs. Taking advantage of the free moment, I head back to my foster father's place to grab a few things. When I come back and step through the first floor entrance, I hear crying coming from inside. Mom, Dad, I just got so flustered because Alex came back. I've never thrown a tantrum before. Please give me one more chance. I promise I'll get along with Alex. But Mom is actually upset. Victor, I raised you like my own son from the beginning. I taught you how to treat people. What you did today really crossed the line. Victor, you're grown up now, and with Alex just coming home, you might need time to adjust. You've also never met your biological father. Why don't you spend the next few days visiting him? Victor immediately bursts into tears. But Mom, you're the one who raised me. You were part of every step of my life. To me, you're the closest person in my world. I'll go visit my biological father, and I'll take care of him when he's old. But I'm still more used to being here. Asking me to live with some stranger might make me really uncomfortable. The second he stops talking, I jump in with a translation. I don't want to go back to that poor home. Life here is so much better. Every day is fun. Spending money like water. Going back means dropping down a whole social class. Then I add casually, it's fine. Just let him stay here. Hearing that and seeing that Dad and Mom don't push back anymore, Victor finally lets out a breath. The others don't show any obvious dissatisfaction, but they're starting to think more clearly. Quietly, they start pulling back a little on all those years of affection they had for Victor. Back in my room, I pull out my comfy pajamas and then grab my tablet to find the melodrama I've been binging. Not long after, there's a knock at the door. Sophia and Chloe are standing at the doorway. It's obvious they're trying to smooth things over with me. Hey, Alex. What are you up to right now? Watching a show. Well, we have a big home theater room here on the second floor. Want to come watch it with us? Hearing that, I nod. I grab some snacks and the three of us head over to the home theater. Sophia sets up the equipment. She opens the search bar and asks, Alex, what show are you watching? Let me look it up. I tell her the name of a melodrama. You two might not be able to handle it. It's fine, they both say at the same time. So, the three of us settle on the sofa staring at the massive screen that takes up an entire wall. To my surprise, both sisters actually get into this trashy melodrama. When the show hits a dramatic moment, Sophia angrily stuffs a handful of potato chips into her mouth. She curses, damn it, what a garbage woman. A little later, Sophia says, how are the chips gone already? I pull out a few packs of spicy strips from my snack bag and hand one to Sophia. You can try these. Sophia has never had spicy strips in her entire life. Staring at the bright red packaging, she skeptically tears it open, squeezes out one strip through the wrapper, and takes a tiny bite. This is amazing. Chloe curiously grabs a pack, too. After opening it, she starts wolfing them down. While the two sisters are eating with their mouths covered in oil, completely absorbed in the show, the home theater door opens. Victor forces a smile. Chloe, Sophia, what are you two watching? Chloe answers. Just an online drama. Victor's tone turns sarcastic. It must be so hard for you two having to keep Alex company watching this brainless garbage. If you have things to do, feel free to go. I can keep Alex company. Stop being so loud. I missed what just got said. Sophia is annoyed at being interrupted during an exciting scene. She's not happy at all. So, please get out and close the door. The light from outside is too bright. I turn my head away and ignore him completely. Sophia gets impatient. Victor, hurry up and leave. It really is too bright. Seeing that neither of them will even turn to look at him, both glued to the screen, Victor shoots me a jealous glare. Then he furiously backs out of the theater room and slams the door shut. After hours of binging the melodrama, Sophia and Chloe are completely fired up, their minds buzzing with excitement. Just then, someone knocks at the door. Miss Chloe, Miss Sophia, young Master Alex, dinner is ready. Sir and Madam are asking you to come downstairs. Let's go. Let's go. Let's eat. We'll come back and keep watching after. Sophia is completely hooked right now. She feels like she could binge 20 episodes in one day. When the three of us head downstairs, we see that today's dining table has one extra seat. And sitting in that seat is a woman with the aura of someone in power. Her expression cold and serious. Olivia, you're back. Sophia sounds a little surprised. That's your oldest sister. Her name is Olivia. Olivia, this is our real brother, Alex. Chloe introduces both sides. Olivia lifts her gaze, gives me a cold glance, and offers no other response. Instead, she asks, "Where's Victor? Why isn't he called down for dinner?" For a moment, Chloe's smile freezes on her face. She never expected Olivia to be this dismissive, not even bothering to respond. Dad glances at his eldest daughter, his lips pressed thin with obvious displeasure. Mom senses the tension in the air and quickly asks, "Why hasn't Victor come down yet?" The maid's expression turns awkward. She glances at me hesitantly, wanting to say something, but holding back. After a moment, she seems to gather her courage to speak, but I cut her off. She's about to say, "Young Master Victor is in a bad mood, has no appetite." When she says it, she'll put on a really sad face, and then make you all think about why Victor is upset. That's the direction she wants your thoughts to go. Then you'll remember I came back today and connect that to why he's upset, blaming everything on me. The maid instinctively tries to defend Victor. No, that's not it. Dad gives the maid a cold look. He eats or he doesn't. Olivia drops her calm expression and calmly stands up. Dad, what are you saying? How can you treat Victor like this? Olivia gives me a fake cold smile and lets out a disdainful scoff. You really know what you're doing, don't you? I don't spoil her one bit. Oh, really? Care to explain? Olivia lets out a cold laugh. You just got here and already you've pushed our Victor to the point where he doesn't even dare come to dinner. I don't know what happened while I was gone, but you've somehow won over Mom, Dad, Chloe, and Sophia's favor. And you're telling me you didn't scheme? I shoot right back. First of all, I'm this family's kid, right? Coming home and being loved by my parents and siblings only proves that my family cares about me. How does that make me scheming? Am I not worthy of my own family's affection? Second, as an heir candidate, you jump to conclusions without investigating the facts and just lock in your verdict. If our competitors find out about this, they'll screw you over big time. Finally, you have no blood relation to him, yet you defend him this hard. It makes me wonder if your feelings have gone sour, like you're trying to start an epic adopted son and heir romance. Dad, listen to what he's saying. Olivia looks furious, but then Mom suddenly speaks up. Honey, Olivia still needs more training. Why don't we send her to that overseas project soon? Dad instantly gets what his wife is thinking, so he agrees right away. Alright, this girl really does need some tempering. Olivia is stunned. She never imagined her parents, who've spoiled her since childhood, would turn on her like this over a son they just brought home today. So, she quickly changes her tone. I'm sorry, Alex. I shouldn't have snapped at you without knowing the full story. Mom, Dad, I just got back from a business trip. That project in Country A will take at least 3 years to complete. I want to spend time with you both. I don't want to be gone that long, but Mom is unusually firm. She takes Olivia's hand and says, Olivia, listen to me. Mom wants to train you, and if you miss us, we'll fly out to see you often. Sophia tries to smooth things over. Let's just eat. Since Olivia is taking on that project, let's have this family meal together. From now on, we'll see her a lot less often. But Olivia still doesn't give up. Without Victor here, how are we even a family? Dad slams the table hard. He points at Olivia in fury, teeth clenched. Fine, you rebellious daughter. Are you trying to kill me with rage? Olivia gets angry, too. She throws down a line. Then I'm not eating and she rushes upstairs. Sophia is worried I'm upset by Olivia's attitude and wants to cheer me up. She sits down next to me. Alex, you said earlier that Olivia has feelings for Victor. That's way too melodramatic. Have you been watching too many soap operas? I go along with her. Yeah, it really is melodramatic. If this went the full melodrama route while we're all down here eating, there'd be no family upstairs and Olivia could go comfort Victor. While comforting him, they'd end up hugging and one thing could accidentally lead to a kiss. Hearing my words, Dad and Mom rush upstairs. Just as Chloe, Sophia, and I are about to head up too. A sharp, clean, slapping sound rings out from upstairs. Mom, Dad, let me explain. Sophia suddenly has a bad feeling. Oh no, don't tell me. When we all rush to Victor's room, we find Olivia blocking Victor from the front, putting on a we're true love attitude, Olivia says without a hint of shame. Mom, Dad, you both said it yourselves. Victor is a boy with no blood relation to me. What's wrong with me liking him? The problem is huge. A boy you've raised as your little brother since childhood, and you actually developed feelings for him. You're seriously weird. You don't have some kind of weird fetish, do you? Maybe from years of hiding it. Olivia, now suddenly exposed, actually feels a rush of pleasure inside. What do you know? I've been protecting Victor since we were kids. More than once, I've prayed that Victor and I had no blood connection. Until now, I've always suppressed my feelings. You've been suffering that badly and it never occurred to you to see a therapist. Plus, you're at least several years older than him, right? That means you were ahead of him in school and work. You're really that free with time to develop feelings for your own brother. Mom, Dad, I didn't want this either, but I've fallen hopelessly for Victor. I've tried to give up before, but Victor is just so good to me. I can't do it. The look she gives her parents is full of longing for their approval. Victor's face is already covered in tears. Olivia, so this is how you've seen me all along? I get swept up in the melodrama of the moment and actually start analyzing. Wait, every time you thought about giving up, did Victor give you the sense you had a chance? Like he felt the same way about you? And did he casually give you some touches that crossed the sibling line? Olivia doesn't respond, but the way her eyes dart away gives the answer. When Victor hears this, his face turns pale as death. Mom rushes forward in a few steps and swings a hard slap at him, but Olivia jumps out and blocks it with her own face. After the slap lands, Olivia's face has a bright red handprint on it. There's even a trace of blood at the corner of her lips. After being pushed to his limit again and again, Dad's words grow cold and merciless. Leave the country tonight. Don't come back until that overseas project is done. You don't need to pack. I'll have the servants pack your things and ship them over. Olivia can only grit her teeth and lower her head. Fine, Dad. I'll make sure to complete this project. Just then, I let out a loud shout. Wait. The whole family turns to look at me. I put on a troubled expression. Mom, Dad, I need a word in private. Olivia glares at me viciously. What are you trying to do now? Haven't you taken enough away from Victor already? Even Chloe can't stand it anymore. Olivia, just stop talking. After a moment of hesitation, Mom and Dad still follow me to the study on the third floor. Mom looks a little confused. Alex, is there something you wanted to tell us? I get straight to the point. Mom, Dad, I don't think you should send Olivia overseas. Why not? This time, there's even a hint of displeasure in Mom's tone. Drawing from all my melodrama watching experience, I explain. Think about it. Right now, you're forcefully cutting off Olivia from Victor. A few years later, she may not have forgotten these feelings. She might even hold on to them harder because she can't have him. If she comes back still in love with Victor, she's definitely going to hold a grudge against you too over what happened today. She might even come to hate you for it. And Dad, you'll get older someday. Olivia could even seize power and once she has it, cut you out. By then, there'd be nothing you could do. You wouldn't even have words to say. After hearing this, both Mom and Dad's faces change. Then what should we do? Mom, what I'm about to say is just my idea. Just take it as a suggestion. Tell her that if Olivia and Victor are together, you'll cut ties with her from now on and no longer consider her family. Of course, this isn't just talk. You have to follow through with action, like taking away her real power in the company, freezing her bank cards, and letting the outside world know. Won't that be too harsh? I explain. This way, Olivia might not be able to handle the drop in status and come to her senses. Or Victor might not be able to handle having a sister who's lost her status. At that point, Olivia will see Victor for who he really is. Of course, this is just my suggestion. Maybe the two of them really are in love. If that's the case, just observe them for a few years. If they still haven't changed their minds, then let them be together. After listening, Mom turns to look at Dad. Dad thinks it over. It's not a bad idea, but Victor definitely has to move out. I add one more thing. Whatever place you set up for Victor, you absolutely cannot let Olivia know where it is. Otherwise, if a new little character shows up, you'll have no choice but to let them get married. In the end, my parents make their decision. The three of us head back to Victor's room. Victor is already sobbing his eyes out, his whole body trembling like a gust of wind could knock him over. Olivia is heartbroken, but every time she tries to pull him into her arms, her sisters block her. Olivia, you don't have to go overseas anymore. Dad, are you serious? Olivia's face lights up with joy. Mom immediately adds, but Victor is a boy after all, and there's no blood relation. With so many girls in this family, it's inconvenient. So, I've decided Victor will move out. Victor never imagined that on the very first day the Sullivan family's real son comes home, he'd be kicked out. His whole body seems to lose its soul. The next second, his eyes close and he faints. Hearing him hit the floor, Olivia rushes forward, but Dad harshly kicks her aside. Mom gives a firm command. Someone carry Victor downstairs. I'll personally take him to his new home. The fake fainting Victor never expected Mom to be this decisive. He can only whisper with his eyes closed. Mom, Dad, I love you. When I hear his voice, my toes curl so hard. I basically remodel the floor into a 2-bedroom apartment. I'm cringing so hard right now. Help me. Who faints and starts sleepwalking right away? That's ridiculous. When Victor feels himself lying in the backseat of a car, he opens his eyes right away. But what he doesn't expect is that Mom actually plans to see him off and just happens to look back at him. What terrible luck. Their eyes meet. Victor tries to close his eyes immediately, but Mom suddenly speaks up. Victor, do you have feelings for Olivia? Then Mom quietly taps the record button on the phone in her pocket. Victor makes a show of thinking, rolling his eyes around. Mom, of course I care about her, but my feelings for Olivia are admiration. The kind of love you have for family, not romantic feelings. Mom seems to let out a breath. Same feelings toward Chloe and Sophia. Victor thinks he's guessed the right direction and quickly answers, yes, I care about all 4 sisters in this family. The order doesn't matter. They're all tied for second place. Number 1 is you and Dad. Hearing that, Mom feels a pang in her chest. Victor, Mom cares about you, too, but you saw how Olivia feels about you, so we need to set you up somewhere else. Don't worry. As long as you don't do anything too extreme and get along with Alex, you're still young master of this family. Understanding what Mom is really saying, Victor breathes a small sigh of relief. At the same time, he's thinking about how in the future he can push me out and get me rejected by the family. He doesn't even notice Mom has been watching him the whole time. Deeply disappointed, Mom decides not to give Victor the card in her bag as compensation. After about an hour of driving, the car arrives at a luxury apartment complex. But the second he sees it's just an apartment, Victor's face darkens. Right then, a female housekeeper steps up and opens the car door for them. Hello, madam. Hello, young Master Victor. I'm the housekeeper for this residence and you can call me Miss Harper. If you ever need anything, you can call me anytime. Here's my card. Victor doesn't take it. He throws himself into Mom's arms and starts sobbing uncontrollably. Mom, I don't want to live alone. I'll miss you so much. Miss Harper speaks up. Young Master Victor, this place is very safe. If you ever feel lonely, you can get to know the neighbors. The residents on your floor are all men, and if you are around your age, I'm sure you'll get along well with them. Mom gently strokes his back, slowly pulling him out of her arms. She signals to Miss Harper with her eyes. Understanding Madam's cue, Miss Harper pulls Victor aside, taking the chance. Mom gets back in the car, locks the doors, and says, Victor, you're all grown up now. You need to learn to be independent. Mom has other things to take care of. Without waiting for Victor's response, the driver, reading the room, starts the car. With a vicious look in his eyes, Victor stares at the car driving off into the distance, his fists clenched tight. Well then, young Master Victor, let me show you your room. Victor says sullenly, fine, let's go. Miss Harper's face still wears that same unreadable smile. When Mom gets home, she starts feeling a little dizzy. If Victor and Olivia hadn't upset her so much, she wouldn't have skipped her meal. For the first time, Mom feels a wave of sadness. Just then, a maid steps up and says, Madam, Miss Chloe, Miss Sophia, and young Master Alex are waiting for you at dinner. Mom's expression shifts slightly. Her heart, which had been chilled tonight, suddenly fills with waves of warmth. Her family had never done anything like this before, so the truth can only be one thing. Then, she quickly walks toward the dining room. In the living room, the three of us are happily chatting about the episode of the melodrama we just finished. Actually, we aren't intentionally waiting for Mom to eat. It's just the dad was so angry he went straight back to the office to handle business and no one knows where Olivia went. Since we're eager to keep watching, we watched one more episode before coming down. So, seeing Mom, Sophia can't help but feel a little guilty. Mom, you're back. Mom gives us a very gentle smile. Have you been waiting long? Let's have them serve the food. Sophia looks a little confused. Waiting. We were just as she's about to speak. I clamp my hand over her mouth. Sophia, you can't just say that. It might end up on the tabloids. After dinner, the four of us go out for a walk together. Right when we get back, we run into Olivia coming out to hunt for food. I tease her. If it isn't the ultimate love warrior. I heard I get to stay because you convinced Mom and Dad. Don't think that means I'll accept you as my brother. My only brother is Victor. I fire right back. Then I'd rather not be your brother. Mom can't hold it in. She wants to find a therapist for her eldest daughter overnight. Chloe and Sophia quickly step back in alarm and explain to me, Alex, we're not like Olivia. We're not that twisted. Olivia can't bear to stay downstairs anymore. She grabs her food and hurries upstairs to her room. All right, Alex. Mom has a gathering coming up. I want to bring you to meet my friends. Sure, let's go then. Early the next morning, a maid knocks on my door. At the breakfast table, Mom asks with concern, Alex, did you sleep well last night? Pretty good. The bed is really comfortable. Someone will bring some outfits over later. You can pick whichever ones you like. I nod, thinking to myself that there's actually crab meat in the sandwich. Now that's a wealthy family. Dad already set up a card for you. $500,000 gets deposited every month. Someone will bring it over later. On the surface, I calmly accept, but inside my mind is completely blown. In melodramas, $100 million doesn't feel like enough. But in real life, $500,000 is basically my whole world. After breakfast, a makeup artist arrives shortly. She gives me a sharp, handsome look and dresses me in some sharp clothes. The family can't help but compliment me when they see it. He really is our son. He's so good looking. The gathering time comes quickly. At the tea garden, 3 socialite ladies are already standing at the entrance, waving at us. Oh, right. Let me introduce you all. This is my son, Alex. He was frail as a child, so he consulted a fortune teller. The master said he needed to be raised in the countryside to build up his good fortune. Now that he's overcome his fate, we've brought him back home. Oh, I see. Alex looks so much like you. Good boy. Auntie didn't know you'd be coming today. I didn't prepare anything special. Take some tea leaves home with you later. Just then, Aunt Rose, wearing bright red lipstick, speaks up. So, Alex, which school do you attend? Mom's heart skips a beat. She knows I studied cosmetology at a community college and after graduating, I helped my foster father run a small convenience store. I just give a calm smile and reply, I've already graduated. Aunt Rose purses her lips, thinking that this kid doesn't seem all that impressive. She feels she has to save face this time, so she presses on. Since you've graduated, what do you do for work now? Mom's face gets a bit awkward. She wants to change the subject, but I just answer casually. My job is really simple. I run a small shop, managing the daily necessities for people in a certain area. That's about it. Aunt Maggie compliments me. Wow, not bad. Not bad. Starting a business so early. It's nothing really. Dad wanted to train me and give me some early experience. That's all. But to the 3 women, this sounds like Dad values me deeply. Investing early to help me start a company, grooming me as one of the heirs. Mom, who knows the truth, is desperately trying to keep her expression under control. She almost can't hold in her laughter. Then the group boards a sightseeing cart together. A few minutes later, inside a tea room at a wooden table sits a graceful beauty with braided hair. She's getting ready to serve tea to these socialite ladies. Once everyone is seated, the braided beauty gives a subtle smile and starts typing on her phone. I ran into a group of Sullivan family folks in town, especially Mrs. Sullivan. Her son is such a poser. I only brew them the most ordinary green tea, but they're acting like it's premium tea. Watching them drink it, I can barely hold back my laughter. I start feeling thirsty and drink cup after cup. Then a strange feeling hits me. Mom, I need to use the bathroom. Excuse me, could you tell me where the restroom is? The beauty rolls her eyes for a moment. It might be hard to find. How about I take you there? I rush into the bathroom to take care of business. The braided beauty purses her lips and keeps typing on WhatsApp. Brother, the son the Sullivans just brought back is so rude. I helped him out and he didn't even thank me. After a while, I finally finish and come out. Thank you, miss. The braided beauty speaks up. You're welcome. It's what I'm here for. By the way, they say good tea can be recognized. What did you think of the tea just now? Honestly, I thought it was pretty average. Nothing special, but since Mom was there, I had to save face for her. Leanne is a little surprised by my answer. So, what tea do you find tastier? I answer without a second thought. I like most kinds of milk tea. Young Master Alex, are you joking? Why would I joke about that? Don't tell me you've never had milk tea before. I think to myself, poor girl probably sends all her money back home and can't bear to spend any on herself. Leanne notices the odd look in my eyes and immediately feels her temper rising. Then I hand my phone to her. Since you've never had it, my treat. Pick whatever you want. To make fun of me, Leanne picks a drink without holding back, going for one of the most photogenic milk teas. I wink my right eye at Leanne. Delivery should take about 20 minutes. Let's go pick it up together later. Seeing my eager expression, Leanne starts to wonder whether her identity has been exposed. The moment I return to the room, Aunt Rose deliberately asks, "Oh, right. Why didn't you bring Victor along today?" I answer casually. He was busy. Then Aunt Rose thinks of something else and suddenly asks, "Hey, I didn't get to ask earlier, but why does Alex have a different last name?" I fold my arms, frown deeply, and put on a serious expression. Do you really want to know? Yes, I'm quite curious, Aunt Rose says, always ready for some gossip. Well, it's like this. When I was little, my fate was weak. I couldn't bear the family's wealth. So, to trick the heavens, my parents found me an ordinary family. That family, in a way, kept me from an early fated death. The three socialite ladies listen in stunned silence. Leanne almost bursts out laughing, thinking to herself, the Sullivan son actually has a gift for making up stories. Right at that moment, my phone rings. I jump up and drag Leanne along, saying to everyone, I'm going to grab a takeout order. Here you go. I hand the milk tea to Leanne. Even though Leanne thinks the bright color looks completely unhealthy, she still takes the drink. Thinking to herself, I'll just take half a sip. If it's bad, I'll spit it right in Alex's face. Like a warrior about to sever her own arm, Leanne closes her eyes and takes a sip. In an instant, a refreshing wave of strawberry and creamy milk spreads through her mouth. She drinks more than half before letting go of the straw, letting out a satisfied sigh. Add me on WhatsApp. I'll transfer you the money. The two of us head back to the tea room together, but surprisingly, Victor is now sitting in the tea room. I calmly return to my seat and sit down. Oh, Alex, what did you go out for? Victor asks with fake warmth. I went to pick up takeout. Victor's expression turns a bit strange. The food here is so natural and healthy. Alex, why would you order that kind of takeout? Is it a habit from before? Maybe you should try to change it. What's there to change? All food comes from the same air. Why don't you just stop breathing then? Aunt Rose speaks up. This child, how can you talk to your brother like that? Victor was just trying to help you. I casually ask whether it's good or bad. I get to decide. Auntie, I've heard some people meddle in other families' business because they can't clean up their own mess. Are you one of those people? Aunt Rose's face turns red with anger. Look at Alex here. Growing up outside your home really did him no favors. Mom fires back with a cold smile. Alex is a good boy. He's just curious. By the way, I did hear that your husband has been meeting with a new actress lately, discussing business late at night. Aunt Rose's face shifts from light pink to a deep purple. Aunt Yvonne quickly steps in to smooth things over. All right, everyone. Drink your tea. Miss, could you please brew us another fresh pot? Victor sighs and turns to me. Alex, you see, only a place like this suits our status. You should stop eating takeout from now on. I can't be bothered to argue with him. Victor feels like he's punching a pillow, making no impact. He rolls his eyes, then suddenly says, Oh, right, Alex. I heard you studied. Mom cuts him off sharply. Victor, drink your tea. Victor, what were you going to say? Aunt Rose quickly presses Victor. Victor timidly glances at Mom, stammering. Seeing that he's trying to stir up trouble again, I decide to expose him. It's nothing. He's actually not the Sullivan family's son. He's the son of the family that adopted me. Victor's face turns pale in an instant. The other three ladies' expressions also turn to surprise. I coldly add, that's why he doesn't want to say it. It's okay, Victor. I won't look down on you. After all, I used to grow up in a family that ate takeout, too. After saying that, the room falls into complete silence. Leanne is holding back her laughter so hard her stomach almost cramps. She has to channel her amusement into typing, firing off endless haha to the person on the other end of her phone. Victor looks at Mom with tears in his eyes. I'm not. Mom sighs. At this point, I won't hide it anymore. It's just as Alex said. Victor is only our adopted son. Victor's eyes go wide. He stares at Mom in shock. Mom, is what I said not the truth? Victor suddenly stands up, throws open the door, and rushes out. I'm sorry for the disturbance today. Haha, he's so dramatic. Maybe you should put him in showbiz. He'd definitely do better than Chloe. That vibe is textbook cheesy drama leading man, I say with a laugh. After the gathering ends, I wave goodbye to Leanne. The car heads back to the Sullivan family home. The moment I step out, I notice another car parked at the entrance, one that looks incredibly expensive. Seeing that familiar car, Mom gives me a slightly nervous glance. The moment we step into the villa, one of the maids says, Madam, Miss Lawrence is here. And she brought young Master Victor with her. Hearing Victor's name, Mom's face turns completely dark. She sternly makes her way to the living room. Lena, forget it. I'm fine. Don't worry. I'll get justice for you. Miss Lawrence, what brings you here today? I didn't know you were coming. I'm sorry. I just got back from outside. Please forgive the poor reception. Mrs. Sullivan, please don't say that. I heard Victor was kicked out to live elsewhere. I don't understand why my fiancé was thrown out. Miss Lawrence, you may not know this, but we recently discovered that Victor is not the Sullivan family's biological son. We have several daughters around his age, so it isn't appropriate for Victor to keep living here. The moment Mom finishes speaking, Victor clenches his fingers. With one blink, tears roll down his cheeks. Lena speaks with anger. This is completely unreasonable. Victor grew up in your family. I'm sure everyone treated him as family. You're kicking him out, isn't it to make room for someone else? So, what if it is? Lena laughs coldly. Mrs. Sullivan, let me be clear. A man like him is beneath me. I hope you won't take it upon yourselves to change the marriage arrangement. I will not marry that certain someone. I raise my voice sharply. So, you're saying you refuse to marry me? That's right. Can you not understand plain speech? Fine, woman. How dare you reject me? I'm angry now. You won't be able to handle my rage. With that, I cheerfully take a drink from the maid's tray, walk over to Lena, and with a flick of my wrist, I pour the entire bottle over her from head to toe. Then, I slap Victor hard across the face. While everyone stands there in shock, I lean close to Lena and whisper, it works out perfectly. I don't like a thing like you either. You want to marry me? You're not worthy. You only deserve to be a two-faced girl. Then I frown and continue. Miss Lawrence has accidentally soiled her clothes. Let's see her out and send her home. We wouldn't want the living room getting dirty, so take your true love and get out. You're an adult. Have some backbone. Go find your parents yourself and cancel the marriage arrangement with me. Then I head upstairs without looking back. When I come down for dinner later, there's no sign of either of them. At the dinner table, Dad speaks up. Alex, you were way too rude today. In a couple of days, I'll take you to the Lawrence family so you can apologize to Lena. I calmly ask, Dad, do you rely on the Lawrence family support to keep our family business running? You just got home. You may not know the full picture. Our family and the Lawrence family are business partners. We have the goods. They have the trade channels. It's a mutually beneficial partnership. Then what do I gain by marrying into the Lawrence family? A wife who doesn't love me and will cheat on me with my brother? Of course, families like ours don't really value feelings much, but if that's the case, why not let Victor keep the marriage arrangement with the Lawrence family? It's because you're not sure Victor can still bring value to the Sullivan family going forward. And the Lawrence family probably doesn't believe marrying Victor will strengthen the partnership either. Hearing my words, Dad looks a bit surprised. Dad, let's use this chance to test the Lawrence family. If they still want to keep the partnership, they'll come to us. As long as they still need this partnership, they won't easily give up on the marriage alliance. If they cancel the arrangement, that tells us their interest in cooperation is low. You could try finding a different channel, right? Dad rests his fingers against his chin and thinks it over. In the end, he agrees with me. Meanwhile, I silently mock myself. I don't even know what I just said. At breakfast the next day, Sophia sees me and immediately leans in for some gossip. She whispers, "I heard you gave that Lena a good beating yesterday." I don't really count it as that. I just gave her a drink shower. You're the real MVP, Alex. To be honest, I've never liked Lena for a long time. Just then, Olivia comes down from the second floor. What are you two talking about? Nothing much. Just that Lena came by yesterday saying she wanted to marry Alex. Not a big deal. Olivia quickly asks, was Victor there yesterday? Yes. Lena was the one Victor brought in to fight for him. Oh, those two. One crying with teary eyes calling Lena, the other flying into a rage for her lover. It was truly hard to tell them apart. Of course, I believe even in Victor's heart, there's still a spot for you, Olivia. Hearing that, Olivia flies into a rage. She tries to push past everyone in the family to go see Victor, but sure enough, things go wrong. Mom grounds her at home, threatening to strip her of all her possessions otherwise. After breakfast, Mom tells me the family reunion banquet is set for 3 days from now. A designer will come by later to bring me gifts. Just then, my phone rings. Jake's silly voice comes through the phone. Hey, Alex. Where are you? I came looking for you at the convenience store, but I couldn't find you anywhere. I lower my voice. Let me tell you something. Try not to freak out. Bro, I've temporarily become rich. I don't believe you unless you Venmo me $50 to prove it. Wow, you actually sent 50. Tell me, how did you become rich? I tell him everything that's happened over the past few days. Man, how can that fake young master be so unlucky? That's why I said I'm only temporarily rich. The rich experience could end at any moment. Bro, you can't let this happen. You got to take that fake young master down and kick him out. I already had him kicked out. Jake pauses for a moment and can't help but mock him. He's so weak. I think so, too. In that case, I have a feeling he's definitely going to cause trouble at your reunion banquet, like framing you on purpose, pushing you into the pool, or wearing the same outfit as you to show that he looks better in it. Hearing that, I mutter to myself, no way. I just picked out my clothes today. Jake excitedly slams the table. I bet he'll wear the same outfit as you. Let's bet 1/4 of a streaming service subscription. I get interested, too. 3 days pass in the blink of an eye. Before I know it, the day of the family reunion banquet arrives. Alex, don't be scared today. Sophia says with a strange sense of mission. Your sisters have got your back. I stay calm. I'm not scared. At the same time, I'm thinking. In typical melodrama plots, the drama always happens when the parents and siblings are held up by someone else. Even if something happens, these two sisters probably won't be around when it does. I change into those sharp-looking pants, and the family sets off for the Sullivan family estate. As we slowly step into the main hall, we come face to face with two elderly figures standing on the second floor platform right across from the entrance. Alex, that's Grandpa and Grandma. Sophia introduces them thoughtfully. Alex, don't be scared. Let's go up and say hi to Grandpa and Grandma. They've heard about you and they've been asking us to bring you back for a while. Mom says softly. The guests who arrived early see today's stars enter and immediately fix their eyes on me. Suddenly, the main door opens again. Everyone instinctively looks in that direction, and they see Olivia holding Victor's hand, making a grand entrance in front of everyone. I can't help but cover my eyes. For crying out loud, I think of it, and it happens. Damn rebellious brat. Dad, at this moment, can't help but darken his face. The rest of the Sullivan family is also very displeased because Victor is wearing the exact same pants as me. But I've seen this kind of thing coming, so I keep walking upstairs. Victor was waiting for me to blow up, but I just give him a cold glance and turn away. So, he rushes over quickly and yells, Alex. His voice pulls the crowd's attention back, the ones who had been holding back on their gossip. I let out a helpless sigh. Turn around and say, hello, you are just adopted, so I'm not your brother. You have no blood relation to me. I'm the real son of this family. Hearing that, Victor's face turns pale in an instant. Olivia rushes forward to shield her beloved. I don't recognize this brother. Victor is my brother. I reply flatly. Understood. Grandpa Sullivan stands on the second floor, watching everything happening below. His sharp features soften. Stroking his beard, he says to his wife, this newly returned grandson seems pretty good. Grandma Sullivan's expression relaxes as she replies, indeed, his name is Alex, right? I'll give him my watch later. In the time they exchange a few words, I've already reached the second floor. Sophia warmly greets the two of them. Grandpa, Grandma, long time no see. Sophia enthusiastically introduces me, her real brother. Grandpa, Grandma, this is our newly returned young brother, Alex. Seeing that, I greet them. Grandma pleasantly takes my hand and warmly says, good, grandson. You truly are a blend of all the best from my son and daughter-in-law. Look at this handsome young man. Thank you, Grandma. You have such elegance. This dress suits you perfectly. Most women your age can't pull off the charm of a dress or don't have the figure for it. Grandma, how do you keep in such great shape? It's been a long time since Grandma was praised like this by family. She can't hold it in and breaks into a delighted smile. You sweet-talking child. Well, I don't really do anything special. I just eat light meals, keep an early schedule, and take walks around this estate. I put on a look of enlightenment. I see. Discipline and exercise are the best beauty treatments. Grandpa is not happy that his wife has stolen the spotlight. He quickly clears his throat to draw everyone's attention his way. Wow. Grandpa, your presence is so powerful. In this entire banquet, no one's presence can match yours. I almost didn't dare speak to you just now, but I'm your grandson, so I get some special treatment, right? Grandpa, would you talk with me a little? Grandpa speaks up a bit awkwardly. However, the pleasant atmosphere is broken by a voice. Grandpa, Grandma, long time no see. We brought you gifts. Everyone glares at Olivia and Victor with displeasure. Under the burning stares of the crowd, Victor stiffly hands over health tea and a scroll of calligraphy from a famous master. Olivia sneers. What? None of you brought gifts? The newly returned one really doesn't understand any etiquette. He even made you all forget. Victor quickly reads the room. Olivia, please don't talk to Alex like that. He just came back. He just doesn't know about these things yet. And we brought gifts, so that's what matters. I raise my eyebrow and speak with heavy sarcasm. Hold on. Isn't today my reunion banquet? Any gift should be given to me. Why are you guys using someone else's goodwill to make yourselves look good? Anyone who didn't know any better would think you're up to something. Mom pointedly says, Olivia, Alex is right. Don't hand out gifts inappropriately in the future. I never taught you to do that. Grandpa has no interest in watching Olivia and Victor's tricks. All right, all of you stop standing around here. The banquet has already started. We need to introduce today's guest of honor to everyone. Grandpa takes a microphone from a servant. Everyone, thank you for coming to today's banquet. Today is really about introducing you all to our real grandson, Alex. Hearing what Grandpa announces, the guests on the first floor show just the right amount of surprise. Then Grandpa hands the microphone to me, letting me say a few words. I calmly take the microphone, clear my throat, and speak. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for coming to my reunion banquet today. Thanks for the support. I hope you all have a great time. The moment I finish, people start applauding. Gentle music begins to play at just the right time. The crowd that had been frozen starts moving again, chatting with each other, sipping wine, and eating snacks. But Victor is like a clown no one wants to watch, standing in a corner on the second floor at a loss. Now Mom starts settling old scores. Victor, why are you wearing the same pants as Alex? Victor looks confused. Mom, I just picked a pair at random. One that I happen to like. I had no idea Alex was going to pick this one, too. Really? I wonder about that. Olivia sees things going south and quickly steps out to protect Victor. You all just don't care enough about Victor. That's why I specifically hired our family's designer for him. Olivia, it seems you haven't taken my words to heart. Mom then heads straight downstairs. Seeing that they didn't get what they wanted, I treat them like they're invisible and walk right past them. However, just as I'm about to go downstairs, I suddenly feel myself losing balance. Someone tripped me from behind. Going with the momentum of the fall, I grab the stair railing with my wrist, push off hard with my palm, and end up sitting on top of the railing. Then, I slide down the banister going from the second floor to the first floor. Victor is clearly stunned. It isn't until applause and cheers rise from below that he snaps out of it, nearly grinding his teeth to pieces. Seeing that I'm fine, the Sullivan family finally breathes easy. Grandma's voice is now edged with cold. Victor, given that you once lived with the Sullivan family for a time and Alex is unharmed, I won't dwell on it. Now get out of here immediately. Grandma, why are you sending me away? Wanting him to understand exactly why, Grandpa says, you tripped Alex. That's the reason. Victor's eyes fill with fake innocent tears on command. Grandpa, what are you saying? I think Alex just isn't used to those shoes. He probably just slipped by accident. It's in this moment that Grandpa and Grandma become completely disappointed in him. Grandpa's brows sink down, his mouth turning downward. Are you leaving or not? If you don't leave within 1 minute, I'll have the guards throw you out. Olivia once again shields Victor. Grandpa, how can you treat Victor like this? It was clearly the new one who lost his balance and was about to fall. If he had fallen, it would have embarrassed our family. Victor is different. He was raised with such grace, the most outstanding young master in our family. Plus, he put such care into preparing gifts for you and Grandma. You shouldn't throw him out. Grandpa doesn't put up with them. He waves his hand behind him. Take these two and lock each of them in a separate guest room. As long as the banquet is going on, do not let them.